AEW is getting Iconic. Rumor has it
God.
that
See,
AEW, hold on, they're trying to expand the roster. They just have two former WWE tag team champions, former TNA, two-time TNA tag team champions. They got a tag division now. They're getting ready to go to Australia. Why wouldn't you want? This is like bringing in the Midnight Express in like 1987 into your company. Like, why wouldn't you want Cassie Lee and Peyton Royce or whatever her name is? Why wouldn't you want the Iconics, the inspiration, JD?
did you seriously just compare the fucking inspiration to the Midnight Express? Michael, did you seriously like
The Paul Heyman version, but
oh my lord.
uh,
Like,
yeah, we're gonna
you
get
know, I was
canceled.
literally gonna make a joke because it's Tony Khan's money, and I'm like, well, my first thought was, well, he spent money on worse things, and I thought about
Yeah,
them. And that's mean. I'll get in trouble if I say that. But
yeah.
like, if you're gonna bring him in for the Australia loop, okay, I'm okay with that.
Dave is saying they're signed, man.
But that's what I just why?
So here's the thing. So I talked about it on Brace for Impact because they just left TNA. They finished up. They were like on a 6-month deal with TNA. I think TNA was smart to bring them in on 6 months,
They
see what they
were,
had, and
yeah.
I don't think they really made them a competitive offer to stay. And like a month later, their negotiations with AEW looks like that's what they're headed. They didn't get over in TNA on this last run. TNA put the belts on them, but they didn't put them on them right away. They waited a little bit, then they put the belts on them, and for whatever reason, like they didn't have the juice anymore. When they first came into TNA, they got over.
Oh
This
yeah.
la- then you like 4 years go by, they come back and they didn't have the juice. They weren't over. It was the same tired act from the WWE, and people just didn't really want to see it. And I'm not like a hater of the act because when they came into TNA the first time, I thought they were fine. They made me laugh, but it doesn't seem like they got it anymore. Now they're going to AEW, and I just don't understand.
I understand because Harley is their friend. Like you and I, the first time that the Iconics came back or came in the first time, and they had that video, you and I are both like, "What is this video?" Like,
Yeah, Harley
and I,
Cameron.
yeah, like that's Harley. Yeah, it's Harley Cameron. I remember
Yeah,
making like, "Who is that?" And then like a couple years later, she's on Dynamite. Like, so I think that Harley is trying to pay back her friends who kind of gave
yeah,
her in. So I think she's advocating, and I get Harley doing that. She's a good person, right? You should always take up for your friends. But Tony, like, if you're bringing them in to lose to Harley and Willow, okay, sure.
right.
Like pay-per-view site with them, all right, okay. But I mean, like, I don't see what kind of. I mean, like, I don't see the value of them long term, not even medium term. Short term, okay. For Australia, okay, sure. I just the act is not great. I mean, like you said, they're gonna come in and they're gonna do the same shtick they did in WWE and in TNA twice. And I don't think that an AEW fan base is not. I don't think they're gonna take to it.
No, no. Junkyard Akiyama is pissed.
What's up, Red?
Yeah, yeah, and which makes me happy. I love it when like him and King of the North, and because all they want to all they want to see is wrestling matches. Like that's like that's it. And I'm just like, you got to have more than that on your TV show. And so AEW fans are the most spoiled fan base like
Oh,
ever because they have nonstop great matches all the time. And then anybody comes in that's not like a part of that like great match brigade, like where their duty is to give Dave Meltzer like 5-star matches for his newsletter. Like if they're not doing that, the AEW fan base goes crazy. And they just don't want anything to do with it. It's like, no, you are not capable of these kickouts, so you are not allowed to be here.
like I love I love Joe and Rich, but there's so many Joe and Rich clones or guys that try to like parrot them on the shows on their like Twitter feeds and stuff like that it get, and I'm not calling Akiyama and the King because there's
No,
other,
he's not. Yeah.
but there are a lot of people that talk like that, and it gets to be
Yeah.
kind of like you and I both like I don't think we're both sports or fan fans, but you and I both respect a promo
Yeah.
or a comedy segment or like understand that you need something a little different. Like I agree, you can't have 6 5-star matches on a single show. Like on an episode
Right.
of Dynamite, TV just doesn't work like that. That being said, the freaking inspiration, the Iconics, like there's just enough
Yeah.
here. Like that's
Yeah.
just there's I don't get. I mean, I feel like Tony's just trying to buy out TNA at this point, just trying to put everyone on it, like hire everyone from that company, which
It's
is
not
that's a wise move, Tony.
Yeah, well, look, it's backfiring on him because he's signing the Inspiration. He signed 3 of the 4 Rascals. He signed all 4, but he gave Trey back, so thank you. He signed Jake something, and then previous to that, the previous year, Speedball and Josh Alexander, who've worked out pretty well, and then he got Ace Austin, who is starting to get a little bit more TV time, hasn't done much, and then so he signed a lot of their stars,
So
and they're growing.
I
So
think
I don't know.
the knock on Tony's always been he signs people and doesn't do anything with them. I think the vast majority of the people they signed in 2025 have gotten sustained pushes and are on
Yeah.
TV frequently. Like Tekla's in the title program right now, and she's actually getting
On
liked. You know,
Andrade just beat Omega, dude. Holy shit.
and Swerve, he's
Yeah.
beating Swerve and Omega. So like, and it's like I said, we talked about like I was the biggest on Mike Bailey, but I kind of like the tag team with Kevin Knight. Like when I think Mike Bailey works pretty well in that role with the tag team, helping get a young guy over. Like that's pretty effective use of him. Josh is starting to get more time. Like I would love to see more with Ace Austin done, but
Yeah.
it's a big roster. I think that and Tony tried with Jake something.
Yeah.
Jake something.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a little bit muscular, and sometimes when that happens, your muscles pop. So yeah.
But I think it's an unfair thing to say that he just signed. I think in the past
Yeah.
he signed a lot of people and been like, "Ugh, what did I do?"
Yeah,
And,
but if people think that he's signing TNA, and I absolutely think that the timing of getting the Rascals and Jake something right before TNA's debut, that was a
100%.
shot across the bow. That was him trying to cut their legs out from under them. And then the Iconics losing on TNA, and then now they're going to AEW, and it looks like they're probably saving them for the Australia show. You could say that's a shot across the bow, and which is fine. I don't think he's signing people just to sign people. I think he actually thinks he can use some of these folks. The timing is to mess with TNA. But unfortunately for him, it's not working, right? Because he's for the most part signed like really good wrestlers who are not like crazy over that are actually going to do anything to his business. And TNA just does what TNA does. They just sign more people and they just kind of replenish the roster, and they're doing fine.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah, you're right. TV shows doing fine. Um, if they were crazy over, they wouldn't have been able to sign them in the first place. Like, and I think that Tony's not interested in signing main eventers because they actually have an abundance of main eventers. Like the
Yeah,
successful storyline right now is there's a shit ton of dudes after MJ. Right. So you have a pretty healthy main event scene right now in AEW.
yeah,
Mid card's always need freshening up.
oh yeah,
You
oh yeah.
always you always need a more fresh mid card. Did you see the news today that broke that Will Hobbs is not actually 35. He's actually 41, which
Was
makes
he
it
Was
yeah,
he
they
was he like a baseball player from like what like from the Caribbean or something like that? The light on his birth certificate.
Danny Almonte, I believe the kid's name.
Yeah,
Like yeah, it's a whole joke. Yeah,
yeah,
something like it's actually 41, so it makes him jump into the WWE a lot more sense. Like, you
yeah,
know, gotta give it a shot now. So I mean, like that's the thing though, is like this is like a Danhausen thing where I will he man, Danhausen must have pissed him off really good. Right?
yeah. Wasn't there a rumor going around that Danhausen was like moonlighting, selling merch like
So
on the side with like AEW stuff on it,
he
and
had
not giving the company a cut?
I think he Hebnered it. I think that's what they were
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Like he must have really pissed Tony off because Tony's got him on in the Island of Misfit Toys forever. Um, I don't, I don't. I think you always need to tweak your mid card, right? Because the
yeah,
mid card is what eats up a majority of your TV time, right? So you always got to keep that mid card nice and fresh. And then Kip Sabian and Sammy Guevara are gonna have jobs forever, right? They're just never gonna fire those guys.
they
So
they know where the bodies are buried for sure.
yeah, exactly. Like they ain't going nowhere. So I don't know. I'm okay with the rest of them. I think the Rascals are great, and they've been using
Yeah,
them, and they're good. That the Rascals are perfect guys to eat up your mid card, have cool kick ass matches in the middle of your show. You need those kind of
yeah.
guys. They're actually gonna have a ladder match, and you're gonna want those dudes flipping off the ladders. They're really good at that stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna have really fun matches in the mid card of very little consequence,
Mhm.
but they're gonna be exciting, and those guys are important to have. All right, we're gonna start wrapping this up here pretty soon. We got a couple of questions, and then we're gonna send it on home. This one comes from Matthew Roller. This is fun. It says, "Hey, curious, what do you guys think of AJ Styles possibly buying TNA and doing one last epic run instead of going to AEW? I think AJ Styles is a wealthy man. I don't think he has enough money to buy TNA."
To buy? Does he mean to
Yeah,
actually purchase the company
I
outright?
think possibly buying TNA. Yeah. I don't think that he has that kind of money. I'm pretty sure he's wealthy, but he ain't got like
That
he ain't
he
got
got,
that he ain't got that money. Yeah.
got to be wealthy, wealthy. So
Yeah.
AJ, so wait, this guy wants AJ to buy the company and book himself on top.
Yeah. So was Jeff Jarrett.
See that move
Yeah.
before?
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be fun to see him go back there. And I do think that he doesn't seem to be he's retired. He's leaving the door open to wrestle a couple more matches, but I think he wants to be off the road. I think that's the issue. And I think that he's going to be WWE for life. That's the impression that I get. But being WWE for life means you could probably do TNA if WWE says yes, and I could see them saying yes. So, but we'll see. It's not on the schedule, so we'll see. Killer Kelly most likely, yeah, probably heading to AEW. I would be curious to see. She was around TNA for a long time, but she didn't really improve. But maybe she can improve with getting in the ring with some better wrestlers and wrestle more often.
So here's the thing: they're gonna put if they had signed Killer Kelly, she'll do the ROH circuit stuff,
Yeah,
like which is fine. You know,
yeah,
that's kind of what Killer Kelly kind of should be, and they kind of need some people there. If you're gonna have, I don't know. It seems like Tony gets interested in doing stuff with ROH every 6 months, and
yeah,
then nothing ever comes of it. So maybe they're probably gonna do something with ROH at some point. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. All right. King of the North says need the tag belts off. Find the remote. He hates FTR. I
I
love
don't
FTR.
understand
Yeah.
it. They're really good. I don't. They haven't been in WWE since before the pandemic. Like, I think we have to let that go. It's been like 6, 7 years they've been in this company.
I forget that they were what were they the revival. I almost said the revolver. Yeah, the revival.
Such a good name for a tag
Which
team.
well, no, but he can't be called the revolver anymore after getting like almost jammed up with the gun thing. He quitted, but still,
Quitted.
yeah,
Quitted. Quitted.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand his hatred of the revival.
Yeah, I mean, who are you gonna put the belts on? I mean, as much as I love Speedball and Kevin Knight, but they're transitional at best, right? Like they're not going to be a sustained top tag team.
think you could put him on them for a hit for a minute and we'll be just fine. I
Yeah,
think it's gonna have a pretty decent run. Uh who else is there? I think the Rascals. Only a matter of time for the Rascals to have those tag team titles. Like
no, yeah. It would have been cool to see Davis and Doyle with the tag titles. Like
that
that
was
would have
gonna
been the move.
that was
Yeah,
gonna happen. I am convinced that was gonna happen.
yeah,
Mark Davis has shitty luck, man. He really
yeah.
does.
Did you hear what Megan Bain and Penelope Ford's tag team name is?
I did not actually.
It's Mega Bad.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a really bad name for a tag team.
Mega bad. I mean,
Yeah,
that's just
mega bad. Yeah. All right. Yeah, very creative over there. So, AWN says, why isn't TNA signing KJ Orso? I don't know who that is. Vicious Vicky, the Australian guy, and Richard Holiday. Richard Holiday, I think that seems like inevitable to me. I don't know. Like he seems available. Australian guy, Adam Brooks, was on TNA this week, and he looks fantastic. I don't understand why he's not already signed.
that'd be a
Um,
decent. That's the thing about signing guys from
yeah.
different countries and different continents
Yeah.
is that it's not exactly easy to just bring them in. There's a lot of stuff work. There's a lot of work that has to be done. They might be trying to bring him in, but it's not
Yeah.
exactly easy just to sign a
He
guy from Australia.
He was on Impact and he was in the Battle Riot last week at the same time, like literally on the screen at the same time. Pretty funny.
Rick
Yeah.
Rude did.
Vicious Vicky, I think, is signed. But I don't know who KJ Orso is. I've never heard of that person. So sorry, dude. All right. Rascals wrestling the Bucks this week. That would be fun. Yeah, I think that's a triple threat tag match.
There's a mystery tag team that's gonna wrestle them too. Like that's like the Rascals and the Young Bucks is like that's like perfect. That's like
Yeah.
amazing stuff for a Dynamite or for like an opener on a pay per view or something like that. Like I love that the Rascals are in this company. I absolutely do.
Yeah. Yeah. Who could you possibly want to see AJ Styles wrestle in TNA? Yeah, Santana and Leon Slater.
What?
Yeah, Frankie Kazarian can still wrestle. He's really good. Yeah, that would be a fun match.
It's AJ versus
Yeah,
Macklin. It'd be fun.
Macklin, Moose. I think AJ and Moose would friggin' tear it down for sure.
AJ would bump around the world for Moose.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
yeah.
Dude,
I think King. He's mad at me because I said the Winter Olympics are stupid, which they are. It's a dumb thing to have. But he isn't Canadian and they don't get summer out there, so he's a little upset with me right now. So he's coming at me.
I'm a wrestler. Far be it from me to tell anybody else their sport is stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Fuego del Sol is KJ Orso.
Oh,
Okay. Sorry, forgot about him. Yeah, they brought him in for a match. So
yeah, sure, why not? He's all right.
yeah. I mean, as long as he doesn't want to, any money. So
Yeah,
that would be fine.
I don't know if he's worth a big contract, quite honestly. Like if you're TNA, you've only got so much money to play with. You can't sign the world. You can bring people into tapings, which they're really good at doing. Bring people in for a taping,
Yeah.
but you can't just sign the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think TNA doesn't have like a ton of money. So they're the only company that really stays within their budget. Like they're a very budget conscious company. And the only way that they're gonna yeah, if they're gonna bring people in and go over budget, that means that that person must bring more money in than they're actually worth, right? Like so if you're gonna sign them, then the dollars that they're bringing in has to be greater than what you're signing them for. If you're gonna be going over your budget. If not, then everybody's coming in and they're just workmen, like, right? Like they're just interchangeable parts within the budget constraints.
And I don't know of anybody they could sign to do that
I
outside of.
think Jericho would be the only one. I don't think AJ Styles is free. Like I think he's still in WWE. I think he's like still under contract there. So
I'm pretty sure that's what I'm not about to work, but I don't think he's going anywhere for a minute.
no, no. I mean, he just did this whole. I didn't listen to it because I'm not going to listen to a Stephanie McMahon podcast for 2 hours. But he was just on that podcast talking about it. So yeah, it seems like he's going to be sticking around for a while.
The thought of listening to Stephanie McMahon talk to AJ Styles for 2 hours makes me want to run my face into a belt sander.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
love AJ as a worker, but as a like actually listening to Uncle Alan speak, that's
Yeah. Okay. Lastly, I just want to bring up I finished Battle Riot and I really enjoyed it. I
that,
think Battle Riot's always fun. They have it was probably like the most star-studded one. They brought in a lot of mainly former WWE stars, but they brought in like a bunch of former Noah stars. They had they were supposed to have Kojima, but he got attacked by Baba Tunde. But they call him Baba Thunder, which is a really cool name.
was better than Babatunde.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like Baba Tunde is already kind of cool, but they actually improved. I guess how can you improve that name? Well, you call him Baba Thunder. It's like, okay, actually, yeah, that's pretty good. But
I actually coached a kid named Babatunde.
oh,
Real name.
really?
Yeah. We all called him
Nice.
too. Yeah, his real name is
Yeah,
Babatunde.
yeah. But it was pretty fun. Killer Cross got the victory, which we did say last week, but it was spoiled, and I did get. I think people were upset that we spoiled it, but
Nobody was upset that we spoiled MLW. Come on.
Killer Cross is now your MLW World Heavyweight Champion. There was a lot of fun stuff in it. There were a lot of hokey, stupid stuff, but the Festus thing, like Doc Gallows coming out as Festus,
But
it did pop me actually. They did a good job with that, so I enjoyed that part of it. But they have I don't know how many of those people that were in the Battle Riot are actually signed to that company, but they
5. They don't have a roster to work with, but roster money to work with either.
well, I don't know how many they're going to bring back regularly. I guess I should say that. Hold on. Let's see. King Joe Lanza was very upset. What was it? He had to be upset at the Festus thing. He does not like comedy.
Oh
wrestling.
no, love Joe Lanza. The man hates comedy in wrestling more than
Yeah.
anybody I've met in my entire life.
Yeah, because Doc Gallows appears early in the match, gets eliminated, comes back towards the end, and he's a Festus. And then Carl Anderson gets thrown out of the match, and then he goes and rings the bell because the skyscrapers, Donovan Dijak and Baron Corbin, start attacking him, and he can't do anything because the bell hasn't rang. You got to ring the bell, and he gets out of his trance, right?
That's
So,
so fucking stupid.
Yeah. And so ring the bell, and then all of a sudden he kicks everybody's ass.
I don't know if I'd be very upset about that. I would just be like, "This is fucking dumb," and it would make me
Yeah.
not want to pay attention.
Oh no, he was upset at me for spoiling. Well, he didn't tell me that, but yeah, if he buried me on the show though, because I love the flagship, but it's really hard for me to do like 4 hours, so I don't always catch everything. But so if he buried me on the show, I'm honored.
I've been reading a book for the last couple weeks. I missed the last few flagships. I got to catch up.
Yeah. All right. Last note on this. Speaking of MLW, MSL left the company. That's the only reason why I watch Battle Riot. MSL is the worst on-screen character literally in the history of pro wrestling. I've never seen a fat slob like him be worse than on television than MSL? What a waste of space that guy is.
I concur. He used to
Yeah.
do, when MLW was just a podcast network, he used to do a
Yeah.
podcast with Kevin Sullivan, and Kevin would be telling these great stories and dropping this amazing knowledge. And that useless turd bucket would just start talking. And I'd be like, man, shut the fuck up. Let the guy who knows what he's talking about speak. Like,
Yeah.
I guess Court was really good friends with him, but I never saw the value of anything he brought to the table.
I think that he had connections in independent wrestling in Orlando. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And so he was the head of talent relations. So they brought in Joseph Samael, who was the former Sheik, that was the NWA champion. He was not Umaga, I'm sorry, Fatu's manager. He was good. He was a good manager, actually.
He's great in MLW. He was the original
Yeah.
contributor. I liked Joseph Samuel.
Yeah, me too. So
he's a Sheik nephew too, I believe.
I think so. But I thought he was, when he was the leader of, like, the manager for Contra, I thought he was really good. Yeah,
he was
for sure.
great. That was when
Yeah.
Contra. The problem with Contra, they just beat it to death. But when Contra first showed up at MLW, like, and they made Simon Gotch interesting, I'm like, this is awesome. I love Contra.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, hey guys, that is going to do it for us. Like I said, next week we're off. I will be back doing a Brace for Impact this week, so stay tuned. And then you always go to patreon.com/the Mike and JD show. We're going to have some content coming your way. Maybe some Gacy talk this week. Maybe we'll try again.
So, before
the man took us down.
Mike and I recorded a John Wayne Gacy podcast. And then midway through the podcast, Mike and I's computers completely freaked out on us. It was like the spirits had taken them over. And then so we restarted the podcast, we finished it up, and then some fucking guy just
Yeah. So StreamYard has this new, like, studio thing as you go to the front page. I was like, what are all these studios doing here? So I deleted all the studios, which then deleted the file for the podcast that we recorded. But just so you know, it was really good.
It was a good podcast that no one's ever going to hear except for Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, that's it.
Yeah, that was it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us this week. And until next time, mahalo.
Competition starting to get thick, it's the click, so I hope you brought your A game. A made no rain from the track when we unite and spit. This isn't A game, better bring your A game. Competition starting to get thick, it's the click, so I hope you brought your A game. A made no rain.
So when I said this